All right, getting ready to make this frame for this Lake Tahoe carving. My plan, now you could just do this with manual tools. My plan is to kind of stack these like a Russian doll on the sheet, so I can just kind of concentrically nest these multiple frame profiles. So right now I just drilled some little test holes that are and I have corresponding index holes on this piece. This square frame was also CNC milled, and it has little locating dowel positions. Applying a little bit of masking tape on the back, cleaning the table off, applying some masking tape to the table as well. I'm essentially just going to use super glue to hold this down. It actually worked extremely well, and it's cheap and it's fast, and the dowels that inset into this sacrificial board, they'll actually have really good hold with the shearing force, which the super glue doesn't do great with, and the super glue within that tension that will be pulled on it, it does an exceptionally good job holding it, and then fairly easy to release. So I kind of decided to redo it with some wider blue tape. I didn't want to get a bunch of glue. I didn't want to end up gluing it to the spoil board, so going a little bit deeper on the holes that index the piece, cleaning it off. This was the first time I did this project, so this isn't a production item. I'm kind of still working out the process of how I want to actually build these. A little bit of CA glue, drop it down, it fits into the holes, it fits really good. Just kind of putting a little weight on it, hammering it down. I think I grabbed the hammer and kind of tapped it into place to make sure that glue was nice and flat. It did pretty darn good. And I think this first step is this was cut oversized, so I actually cut it to size with a little trim pass. Now in a production situation, like if this was a production item, I mean obviously I'm wasting a lot of time figuring out the setup, how I'm going to do it, what tools I'm using and all that. You can see I'm zeroing that down flute right there with the little touch-off probe. Can't wait to get the new Altmill new injection molded dust boot. The 3D printed one is okay, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. So just getting the stock to size. I kind of oversized it just for any misalignment. You can see on that bottom left where I started doing the profiling, I ended up snapping a tool because it was just too aggressive. So what's going on right now is I'm doing basically like a horizontal roughing where I'm going to pocket out some of this material, so that when the ball end mill actually does these finishing passes, it won't have any zones where I'm exceeding that flute length, because that's essentially what happened. And it was a bummer. I had to run to the industrial supply place and get another ball mill because it's my last one. But this will make it a much easier cut, and I can run it aggressive and fast like I planned on initially. You can see just kind of going through and doing this staggered stair step on the frame itself. So here we go. Here's that finishing pass I was telling you about. This is going to give a really nice 30-degree chamfer to this frame, and you can see some of the details. There's going to be a brass plaque that sits in that zone right there, and this will be painted. Even though the plywood laminations look cool, I'm going to end up painting this white with the backdrop black. You can see some of just the sped up time lapse here. With that roughing pass, you can really just fly through this cut. I think it took about 25 minutes total to do all of the 3D work. Now, like I said, my plan is to have them nested as if they are, like a Russian doll style. So when I have a full 4x4 plywood sheet, I can just nest them and have them go through this whole process, and then I can have my largest size all the way down to my smallest size all in this one program, which I think will be super sweet. You could do it by hand with conventional tools, but I'm working on setting up just some more streamlined production because I am just a one-man shop. So anytime I can just let the machine run while I'm doing other hands-on stuff, it just helps a ton from a production standpoint.